a small country in Southeast Asia, but one of the most resilient nations in the world history. Invaded by empires, colonized by Europe, bombed during the Cold War, and divided by the ideology. And yet, it survived. This is the story of Vietnam. From Asian rice farmers in the Red River Delta to imperial dynasties to French colonizations to one of the most deadliest wars of the 20th century to a modern economy powerhouse rising in Asia today. This is not just the story of war, it is the story of identity, a story of survival, and a story of transformation. Vietnamese origin trace back over 4,000 years. Legends speak of the Hoang kings and the kingdom of Van Lang. Along the fertile Red River Delta, early communities mastered wet rice agriculture, creating one of the Southeast Asia's earliest civilizations. Bronze drums echoed across villages. These were the Dong Song drums, symbol of the power and unity. But the geography shaped Vietnam's destiny. To the north stood China, a powerful empire expanding southward. In 111 BCE, Vietnam fell under the Han rule. For nearly 1,000 years, Vietnamese culture faced assimilations, Confuciations, Chinese writing systems, and imperial bureaucracy. But the identity endorsed. In 40 CE, two sisters rose in the rebellion. The Trong sisters led thousands against Chinese dominations. Tha ultimately defeated, they became an internal symbol of resistance. Vietnam would not disappear. In 938 CE, General Yu Nguyen defeated Chinese forces at the Battle of the Bac Dang River. Vietnam was independent once more. Over centuries, powerful dynasties emerged like Lai, Tran, and Li. Vietnam expanded southward in the centuries along the movement known as Nam Tien. Champa territories were absorbed. Borders stretched forward toward to the Mekong Delta. In 1802, a new ruler unified the land, Jiao Long. The Nhung dynasty established imperial rule from Hieu. But the foreign ships were arriving, and they were not just traders. In the mid-19th century, France invaded. Vietnam became part of the French Indochina. Plantations replaced villages. Rubber enriched Paris. Heavy taxation crushed the peasants. Western education spreads, but so did the revolutionary ideas. One young man left Vietnam in 1911. He traveled across the world. He studied Marxism. His name was Nguyen Thanh Thao. The world would know him as Ho Chi Minh. He believed Vietnam must be independent at any cost. World War II reshaped Asia. Japan occupied Vietnam. Famine devastated the population. Over 1 million died. In 1945, Japan surrounded. A power vacuum emerged. On September 2nd, 1945, in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh declared independence. The Democratic Republic of Vietnam was born. But France returned. War was inevitable. France fought to reclaim the control. The Viet Minh waged the guerrilla warfare. In 1954, at Dien Bien Phu, Vietnamese forces surrounded French troops. After 56 days, France surrounded. The Geneva Accord divided Vietnam at the 17th parallel, North being as communist government and South as being an anti-communist regime. This division was meant to be temporary. It would become a permanent. The Cold War intensified. The United States intervened to prevent communist expansions. Over 3 million Americans served. Millions of Vietnamese civilians were caught in the middle. Bombings, napalm, and the guerrilla warfare. The Tet Offensive shocked the American public. Support for the war collapsed. In 1975, Saigon fell. Vietnam was unified under communist rule. After the unification, Vietnam faces devastation. Industries destroyed, sanctions imposed, collectivized farming struggled, inflation soared, isolation deepened, but the reform was coming. In 1986, Vietnam introduced Doi Moi, market reforms within a socialist system. Private businesses were allowed, foreign investment welcomed. Gradually, Vietnam transformed. Factories opened, exports surged, and the cities modernized. Today, Vietnam is one of the Asia's fastest growing economies. Bustling cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi reflected a rapid development. A one-party socialist republic, strategically balancing the relations with United States, China, and Asian nations. From an Asian kingdom to colonized land, from a battlefield to booming economy, Vietnam's history is not just about war. It's about the resilience and the refusal surrounded identity. History did not break Vietnam, it forget it. Comment below and tell us which part of Vietnam's incredible 4,000 years history fascinates you the most. Was it the Asian kingdoms, the Vietnam War, communist, or its modern economic crisis? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more deep dive history, geopolitics, and a global treasure documentaries. Thank you for watching. Welcome to InfoWorld, your secure space for a quick, fascinating knowledge. We unlock the complex idea and deliver them into the bite-sized video that anyone can grab. Are you curious? We got you. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a drop of the insight. If there is any topics that you would like us to create the content about, feel free to mention it in the comment section.